जल्दी जल्दी करो offering. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hi,
So
Mahaprabhu.
let's start our prayer. Jigna's coming now, and also Smita will come probably about 15 minutes, she said. So we'll see how it goes at 7 o'clock. At last, summer's here. Finally, summer's arrived. Hooray!
Hey.
Summer means India. Summer means either India or Africa, you know, where
Yeah.
it's like coming home. Okay, so let's start off. Krishna, 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 hey, Jai.
Krishna, 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 hey.
Shamarani.
Krishna, 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 hey.
Krishna, Krishna, oh, Rakshamam, that was.
Krishna, 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 Rakshamam.
Krishna, 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 Pahimam.
Rama Raga, Rama Raga, Rama Raga, Rakshamam.
Krishna, Keshava, Krishna, Keshava, Krishna, Keshava, Pahimam.
Very nice. Then we can do Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Shamarani.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay, there we are. So, where are we now, Jai?
We are on page 407. Love of Krishna or Krishna consciousness is there for the perfection of real knowledge in understanding.
Okay. Love of Krishna or Krishna consciousness. All right. Yes. Yeah. Love of Krishna means that you're only conscious of Krishna. That's it. I mean, there's nothing else going on in the mind. When you love someone, you're always thinking of them. If there's that happened when you're introduced to your fiance, did you have an arranged marriage or was it a love marriage?
Oh, mine.
Yes.
It was arranged marriage.
Arranged. And Shamarani, was it arranged or was it a love?
No, it was arranged. It was arranged marriage as
Arranged
well.
marriage. So whether it's arranged or love marriage, they're both the same because you both get used to each other. You both grow to like each other. And one is a bit more secure than the other because some background work is done and to the marriage to help it solidify it. The grahas are lined up. How is your Maitra graha or your Shatru graha, etc. in astrology? You may like, yeah, well, you may like someone you may like someone to start off with, but if you've got no friendship in your moon, with your moon or your bud, then I'm afraid you're going to hate each other after a few years. You're going to hate the sight of someone because you'll be enemies. You have to be so careful. That's why they do that. So, love of Krishna, yes, Krishna consciousness means you're always thinking of Krishna. And it's easy to think of someone you love or someone that's very dear to you, very, very, very nice. So that's how we learn to love Krishna. This is the Lord Chaitanya's mood, is that we fall in love with Krishna. Who would like to fall in love with Krishna? Yes,
two
we would all like to fall in love with Krishna. And Krishna gives little taste now and then, a little taster of what it's like to love him as a person. So you start off then, Jai. Go ahead.
Love of Krishna, Krishna consciousness is therefore the perfection of real knowledge in understanding things as they are. Our minds can never be vacant. The mind is constantly occupied with some kind of thought, and the subject matter of such a thought cannot be outside the 8 elements of Krishna's energy. One who knows this philosophical aspect of all thoughts is actually a wise man, and he surrenders unto Krishna. The gopis are the epitome of this perfectional stage of knowledge. They are not simple mental speculators. Their minds are always in Krishna. The mind is nothing but the energy of Krishna. Actually, any person who can think, feel, and will cannot be separated from Krishna. But the stage in which he can understand his eternal relationship with Krishna is called Krishna consciousness. The disease condition in which he cannot understand his eternal relationship with Krishna is the contaminated stage or Maya. Since the gopis are on the platform of pure transcendental knowledge, their minds are always filled with Krishna consciousness. For example, as there was no separation between fire and air, there is no separation between Krishna and the living entities. When the living entities forget Krishna, they are not in their normal condition. As for the gopis, because they are always thinking of Krishna, they are on the absolute stage of perfection in knowledge. The so-called empiric philosophers sometimes think that the path of bhakti is meant for the less intelligent. But unless the so-called man of knowledge comes to the platform of bhakti, his knowledge is certainly impure and imperfect. Actually, the stage of forgetfulness of our eternal relationship with Krishna is separation. But this is also illusory because there is no such separation. The gopis were not situated in this illusory condition of life. So even from the philosophical point of view, for them, there was no separation.
Yeah. Actually, we're experiencing separation. The gopis, it's impossible for them to experience any separation from Krishna. It's impossible. They have Krishna's bhava, in his bhava form, is situated in their hearts. So, and it's completely artificial to be forgetting Krishna. It's such an artificial condition. We have to really work hard. So people talk. They'll talk about sport. They'll talk about music. They'll talk about the Oscars. They'll talk about anything to keep talking about other things to divert their attention from Krishna, because Krishna is the obvious thing to talk about is Krishna. But we're extremely diseased. This is our position. We're very diseased, and we've lost our love, for Krishna. And therefore, when we experience love in this world, it always ends up with dissatisfied. We're dissatisfied with the person we love, or somewhere along the line, there's some disappointment is there. Even with children, we love the children, but then the children, they don't grow up the way we would hope them to, or they develop a different attitude to us, or it's just a world of disappointments. Oh, Ramesh is here. Hare Krishna, Ramesh. Welcome. Swagatam. Kemcho bhai. Tame kemcho.
How are you? Yeah, not Hare Krishna.
Hey, Sam Mubarak.
Mubarak.
Hey, Mubarak hai. Mubarak che.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And Jigna is here as well. She's snuck in just now, the back door. Okay, so Uddhava's just explained about love of Krishna, how love of Krishna is a Krishna consciousness, and love of Krishna is synonymous. So what we are doing now at our stage, unless you're madly in love with Krishna, unless you're madly can't think of anything else for a second. What we're doing now is we're trying to come to the stage. We're trying to develop this stage where we are thinking of Krishna and where we get addicted to Krishna. And Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Hey,
Hey, this is the idea. We're just Krishna, 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 Raksha, Mom. You know, we're just thinking of Krishna constantly. Just like we said earlier, when a young boy and girl, or when it doesn't have to be young, people get married at 80 years of age these days, you know. Just imagine you're getting married, you're 80. Ramesh Bhai, just imagine you're getting married tomorrow. Just imagine it, you know. I don't know what your age is, 60, 70, whatever, but
62.
60,
62.
62. 62.
Yes.
No, not 70.
No.
Oh, how come I'm 64 then?
Uh-huh.
Something wrong, yeah? What are you eating, Ramesh? Ramesh, bhai, what have you been eating there?
Nothing. I just looking for the I just looking for the slok, you know, Krishna, 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 Pahima.
That's the
Yeah.
one. We all need Pahimam. Krishna Pahimam, we need his mercy. And loving Krishna is natural. So Krishna consciousness, what we're trying to do in Krishna consciousness is we're trying to, you know, get back that spontaneous raga bhakti, the spontaneous bhakti, the spontaneous love of Krishna. It's there. And then one day, you see, we're struggling with Vaidhi, we're chanting, we're doing the niyam, we're following this, we're following that. Of course, it's Papamochani Ekadashi yesterday, we're doing the Ekadashi, and we're just struggling a lot. And suddenly, bang! Just like that. Can we all do a big bang, please? Let's do a big bang, the real big bang. 1, 2, 3.
bang.
Bang, Ramesh bhai, bang bolo.
Hare Krishna.
The Big Bang, they talk about Big Bang as the origin of everything now is a Big Bang. The Big Bang is when Krishna, suddenly your Krishna conscious springs into action after so much Vaidhi Bhakti, chanting and doing the seva and following the rules. And then suddenly you just boom, up like that. Just go up like that. Krishna, that's how it works. And then suddenly from that raga, you go up to Bhava Bhakti. Then what we call, instead of suffering, we're surfing.
Mhm.
We're surfing. Who's been surfing? Who's been in the ocean surfing on the wave? Surfing? No? Prabhupada said they're suffering. The surfers, they're sufferers. So we're surfing them. When we get to Bhava Bhakti, we're surfing in Krishna's waves of love, in the ocean of bhakti. We're surfing on those waves. Who would like to be surfing on the waves of love of Krishna?
I do.
Yeah, Jigna? Jigna's not quite with
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Ramesh bhai, surfing chair on the waves of love of Krishna?
Yes, surfing, yeah.
Yes, not surfing or suffering, you see. So we have
Surfing,
to,
surfing, there's
surf-
surface.
we want, we want to serve in love of Krishna. So this is the process, is suddenly it comes up like that, you know, you're struggling, oh, Hare Krishna Vaidhi Bhakti, or we call it Sadhana Bhakti. It's, you know, struggling on with that level. And then suddenly Krishna just lifts you up. Wow, bang, Raga Bhakti, it's there. And then everything, it's a different, you become a different person. One man told me, I met him in Italy. And he said that he met Prabhupada in 1959 in Allahabad at the Gaudiya Math Temple. He'd just taken sannyas. He's a doctor. He was a doctor I met in Italy some years ago. And he said he met Prabhupada in India, 1959, when he was just taking sannyas. And he said he was very surprised to see this man dancing around the temple room on his own. And then he found out he was Bhaktivedanta Swami. So Prabhupada was experiencing so much love. Krishna bestows that upon us when he's satisfied that we have struggled and passed so many tests. Krishna then, he awards what we call Raga Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti. Who's heard of Raganuga? It's mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion in one book. It's mentioned in the Bhagavatam, but especially in the Nectar of Devotion, Raga Bhakti is there as the next step up. But it's such a big step, we can't step there. We have to be pulled up to there. And Krishna does that. And therefore, the love that we all hanker for, that love, that feeling of love in the heart, when you have love in your heart, when you love someone, you feel happy. You always, it doesn't matter what's going on around you, you just feel happy. You just feel excited, happy. You're hopeful, you're positive. All those things come when you feel the love. So this love of Krishna awards all this incredible energy. Prabhupada invested this energy in his disciples, and that's how Krishna consciousness spread so rapidly with this feverish love that Prabhupada gave his disciples by his association. So that was really nice. That's a nice paragraph there. Let's carry on with Shamarani then.
Okay, Hare Krishna. The cosmic manifestation is also not separate from Krishna. Nothing is separate from me. The whole cosmic manifestation is
Shamarani,
resting on.
you started wrong
Sorry?
place. It should be Uddhava continue reading Krishna's message.
Oh. No, I don't have that. How strange. So mine is finished what you just read, and it comes as the cosmic manifestation is also not separate from Krishna.
Okay,
In
all
this
right.
book.
Let's carry on with Jigna then. Don't worry. We'll carry on with Jigna, and you can catch up somewhere. Go ahead,
Okay.
Jigna.
I'm sorry, what does the paragraph begin with?
Uddhava continued reading Krishna's message.
Okay, yes. Uddhava continued reading Krishna's message. Nothing is separate from me. The whole cosmic manifestation is resting on me and is not separate from me. Before the creation, I was existing. This is confirmed in the Vedic literature. Eko vai Narayana asin na Brahma ne sanaha. Before creation, there was only Narayana. There was no Brahma and no Shiva. The whole cosmic manifestation is manipulated by the three modes of material nature. It is said that Brahma, the incarnation of the quality of passion, created this universe. But Brahma is the secondary creator. The original creator is Narayana. This is confirmed by Shankaracharya. Narayana paro vyaktat. Narayana is transcendental, beyond this cosmic creation. In this way, nothing within this cosmic manifestation is separate from Krishna, although Krishna's original form is not visible in everything.
Okay, that's very nice. Very nice. And go ahead. Can you find this one? Krishna creates, maintains, and annihilates. Can you see that, Shamarani?
Yep. Yes, I can.
Go
Krishna
on.
creates, maintains, and annihilates the whole cosmic manifestation by expanding himself in different incarnations. Everything is Krishna, and everything depends on Krishna, but he is not perceived in material energy called Maya or illusion. In the spiritual energy, however, Krishna is perceived at every step, in all circumstances. This perfectional stage of understanding is represented by the gopis, as Krishna is always aloof from the cosmic manifestation, although it is completely dependent on him. So a living entity is also completely aloof from his material conditional life, although the material body has developed on the basis of spiritual existence. In the Bhagavad Gita, the whole cosmic manifestation is accepted as the mother of the living entities, and Krishna is the father. As the father impregnates the mother by injecting the living entity within the womb, Krishna injects all the living entities into the womb of the material nature. They come out in different bodies according to their different fruitive activities. But in all circumstances, the living entity is aloof from this material conditional life.
Okay, there's one mantra we can learn, one quick mantra that refers to how the living entity, though we're in this world, we are also not part of it. We're not, we're actually aloof from it, but we're at the moment, because we're dreaming, because we're in a dream condition, or Prabhupada calls it comatose or dream state. Because we're in this state, we are fully convinced that this material nature is real. It's actually not real. It is temporary and it's changing constantly. Therefore, it's not real, but we are convinced it's real. So therefore, there's one Sanskrit line that we can learn now. So get your pens and papers out. I hope you got a pen and paper. Oh, look. Jai's already got his pen and paper. He's he's on the ball. Accountancy means pen and paper. And a calculator. Pen, paper, and calculator. All right, Ramesh, pen, paper, chair. Pen, paper, Lelo. Jigna, pen, paper.
Pen and a paper લઈ લઉં છું હમણાં.
Okay. And Jigna, you got pen, paper, yeah?
Yes.
I want you to write this down. This is exactly what is being stated here. It also refers to Vishnu as well, to Lord Narayan, but it also refers to the living entity. So write this down, Asango. Asango. A-S-A-N-G-O. Asango. H-Y apostrophe A-Y-A-M. Then Purushaha. Purusha, then a dot under the H. Aha, a visarga at the end. Asango Hyayam Purushaha. Okay, Asango Hyayam. But we say Asango Hyayam. But Asango Hi is certainly, Asanga means detached or aloof. Asanga. That one is not associating, one is not in contact. Okay? Asango Hi Ayam, this Purusha, living entity, also refers to the Purusha, double Purusha. The Purusha refers to Mahapurusha, the real Purusha. Okay, the real Purusha is Bhagwan. He is the enjoyer, and therefore he is the hero. And there's the imitator Purushas, the Jivas, the conditioned souls, us. So both Purusha, one is real, one is false. But we are considered Purusha in this world, trying to enjoy. Asango Hyayam Purusha means that in all circumstances, the living entity is aloof from this material conditional life. Okay, that's what it means. In all circumstances, the living entity is aloof, asanga, not detached, but actually aloof. like, you know, we're not really, because we're dreaming this, you see, but we are so into the dream, we believe the dream, we're believing the dream. Now, we've got to get out of this dream and start dreaming about Krishna. Now, Smita's here. Hare Krishna, Smita.
Hare Krishna, sorry I'm late.
The pride of Chesham is here. Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Now, I want you to write this down. Can anyone spell it out for, I've got a pen and paper there, Smita.
Sorry?
A pen and paper.
Oh, I haven't got that. I just sat down with the iPad.
All
with
right, just don't worry about it right now.
I can go and get it if you like.
No, I'll send it to you later. It's okay. Just relax.
Okay.
Okay, Asango Hyayam Purushaha. Let's ask Jai to say this with us. Go ahead, Jai. You've written it down.
Asango Hyam Purusha.
Purushaha.
Purushaha.
Okay. All right, Shamarani.
Asango Hayam Purushaha.
Okay,
Purushaha.
Asango Hyayam.
Asango Hyayam.
That's right. I put that apostrophe there because it should be he, H-I,
Yeah.
but we put in H-Y with the apostrophe to connect it to give you the Hyayam Purushaha.
Asango Hyayam Purusha.
Very
Purusha.
nice. That's right. That's right. Jigna, go ahead.
Asango Hiyayam Purushaha.
Ramesh Bhai, bole che.
Asango hi yayam purushaha.
Very good. Asango Hyayam.
Asango hi yayam
No.
purushaha.
Asango Hyayam.
Asango hi yayam.
No, not Hyayam. Hi-I-E-I-O. We're not doing the old MacDonald had a farm now. Okay?
Okay.
We're doing Lord Sri Krishna had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Okay? In Vrindavan Dham. With a moo here and a moo there. So, Hyayam.
Yeah, yayam.
No, not Hi-I-E-I-O. No. Hyayam.
Yayam. Yayam.
Hyayam.
Yayam.
That's it. Asango Hyayam Purushaha. Okay? This is quoted in Prabhupada's books in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Bhagavatam, in the Gita. If you read the book, this will come up. This will come. I've seen this many times. Asango Hyayam Purushaha. The Lord, when he comes into the nature, when he comes here, he is not touched by the material nature. The gunas, sattva gun, raja gun, tamagun, they don't touch him. He is always of paro vyaktat. He is always para, above the influence of nature. If we associate with Krishna by hearing about him, chanting his name, offering food to Krishna, eating his prasad, so constantly associate, we also become aloof from the nature, just like Krishna, by association. All right, this is the whole idea. Alex, welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Alex. You didn't get our message there. Never mind. We started a bit earlier today because it's British summertime now. So we're trying to start at 7 p.m. What's the time with you?
8:30. I waited. I thought it was from next time, not this time. But yeah, apologies to everybody.
No, it's okay. It's all right. So Asango Hyayam. Write this down then quickly write it down. And Smita, I'll send it to you, okay?
Thank you.
Asango, A-S, sorry. Pen and paper, please, Alex. Hey, Alex, I didn't know you got Kutchi blood in you. Kachma, kasu, par bagat, kasu nahi pake, par bagat pake. Che.
I have Kanti, Mera Dokma. You know?
Oh, all right, okay. Kanti is there as well. Paka Kachi.
But yeah, Kanti from birth.
Samji, Valji, Bimji, Shivji.
All these bad, yes. I've got the pen and paper.
Okay, Asango. Write this down. Asango. Asango. Hyayam. Hy apostrophe Ayam. Hyayam. Purushaha. Purush or Purus. AH with a dot underneath. Asango Hyayam Purushaha. Okay, because the last part of this paragraph is explaining how the living entity is in this material nature, but is always aloof. We're always aloof from it. Although we're convinced we're in here, we're actually not. But because we're dreaming at the moment, we're dreaming that we're this body. Because we are not awake to Krishna consciousness. We're not awake to our real life. Krishna consciousness means slowly awakening, you see. We're slowly awakening. And then suddenly, one day, you wake up. And it's like, oh. And it's like, oh, yeah. Of course, this is what it is. We just wake up. But until we wake up, we're just in these dreams, dreamland. Let's welcome Chanaravinda Prabhu, who's convalescing, coming back to his good health after being in hospital, having a heart attack and fever and everything. So he's just convalescing, getting well. Oh, Jigna's found something. Look, here she is. She's at it again, Jigna. Let's have a look what Jigna's found.
Oh, it's just the chapter.
Oh, for
Chanaravinda.
Chanaravinda. Okay, Chanaravinda, you have to go all the way down then to the very end of the chapter and then work your way back to Uddhava continued or no. She Uddhava confirmed. Uddhava was attracted. Oh, where is it? Oh, God.
If we simply study our own bodies, that's the paragraph.
Okay, if, wow, it's still a long way to go then. That's strange. Oh, I can't find that. I'm going all the way back to the beginning here. Oh, good God, that's a long way. All right, I found it. All right, then, go ahead, Ramesh Bhai. If we simply study our own bodies, bolo.
If we simply study our own bodies, we can understand how a living entity is always aloof from the body. Encouragement. Every action of the body takes place by the interaction of the three modes of material nature. We can see at every moment many change taking place in our body, but the spiritual soul is aloof from all change. One can neither create nor inhibit nor interfere with the action of the material nature. The living entity is therefore entrapped by the material body and conditioned in three stages, namely while awake, asleep, and unconscious. The mind acts throughout all three conditions of life. The living entity in this sleeping or dreaming condition sees something as real, and when awake he sees the same things as unreal. It is concluded, therefore, that under certain circumstances he accepts something a real, and under other circumstances he accepts the very same things as unreal. This matter are the subject of study for the empiric philosopher or the Sankhya yogi. Sankhya Yogi, to come to the right conclusion. Sankhya Yogi undergo several austerities and penances, practicing control of the senses and renunciation. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, stop by. Stop. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was really nice. That was really good. Charnavinda, did you see it, Prabhu, or are you just listening?
I'm just listening at the moment.
Just listening, yeah. So Prabhupada is explaining here now the condition that we're in, and that sometimes we see things as real. That's why in life, we have an experience in our life. Everyone goes through this. We have an experience in the past, say. We go to a place, lovely place, holiday maybe, or just some by chance you go, and you have a fabulous time. It's amazing. And then you go there again in the future, you're trying to capture the magic. And somehow it's not the same. Has anyone experienced this? I'm the only one. Okay. So this is often the case with people anyway, that we are trying to capture that magic, and it's just not the same anymore. Things have changed. And that's because this material nature, it's illusory. It's not exactly an illusion. It's not an illusion, but it's illusory. An illusion means that it doesn't exist, that it's some kind of fantasy. No, it is real, but it is illusory. It's because it's changing constantly. So there are 5 stages of consciousness. Who knows the 5 stages of consciousness in the material world? Who knows the first stage of consciousness? It's called Anamoya. Anamoya means that when you're a baby, you're only conscious of one thing. Mummy, mummy, mummy. You're conscious of tasting the food, tasting the milk, Anamoya. Then there's Pranamoya, prana. You get conscious as you grow older of, you've got energy, you can move around, you start standing up, you're starting to walk around a bit, Who remembers the first day they stood up as a child? Charnaravinda. He can remember himself as a young baby in the pram. You walking, struggling, wetting the bed. Who remembers we in the bed, passing water, wetting the bed? Definitely wetting the bed.
I'm doing it now.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome back. So this is the condition, Pranamoya. Then there's Jnanamoya. We start going to school. Now we're starting to realize, hey, I can learn about this world. I can study, I can think, I can become an accountant, for God's sake. I can do something great. Jnana, that goes on. Then you saying, hang on, though. It's good, but there's something else. There's something not quite right here. And then you come to the spiritual level now. Vijnanamoya. Vijnanamoya. Now you're searching. Jignasu, like Jigna. We've got the name Jigna. Jigna's name. Great name. Jignasu. Inquiry. Inquisitive mind. I want something more. There must be something more than this. There's got to be something. What is this world? Jigna, Jignasu, Jignesh. So that's the coming to the spiritual platform now. Now we're awakening to our real human life. The real human life begins with Jigna. Hey, Jigna, did you know that? I was thinking of Jigna's name today in the car. I thought, where's an interesting name, Jigna? What's your mum's name, Jigna?
Her name is Kokila.
Kokila Ben. Oh, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Kokila, very popular in Vrindavan.
I don't think you know, but Ramesh is my father.
No.
Yes,
Is Ramesh your dad?
yes.
Oh, I'm in your dad club then. Oh, beta, beti.
Kokila.
Kokila. Kokila benche. Mrs. Chauhan. Kokila.
Yeah, it's true.
Kokila.
true.
Kokila Ramesh by Chauhan che.
Yes.
Very nice, Boo. Then we've got Jigna. This is our awakening stage. Now we're coming to from Annamoya, Anna. Just tasting things, just aware that fish, animals, they're pretty much in this Annamoya business. You see an animal, wherever they go, they just want to eat something, taste things. A dog will come to you, lick you. Cats, they come and lick you. God forbid, but they do. Oftentimes they're tasting you. And Jigna, we come from Annamoya to Jigna, to Jignesh, Vijnana, Gya. Now we come into the higher level. Then when you've realized the spiritual knowledge through the Sankhya Yoga system, which is what is being taught here, Sankhya Yoga, Kapila Dev is teaching Sankhya. We are learning Sankhya in the 6th chapter of the Gita. Analytical, accountancy yoga chair. There you go. Sankhya, you got a new name for your business there, Jai. Sankhya Accountancy of Crawley. So then, when you've done enough inquiry, you've learned asango hyayam purushaha, that I'm not part of, I'm in this world, I'm not part of it, really. I'm not really touched by this world. It's only because I'm in this dreaming state. I'm carrying on in this lazy consciousness of dreaming. I'm a body, this is my life, but I'm not making any spiritual advancement. Then you all come to the final stage of consciousness. Who knows the final stage? It begins with A. There was one very nice. Yes.
Anandamai.
Yes. See, yeah, Jigna would get it. You see, Vijnana, Anandamoya. So we've got Annamoya, Pranamoya, Jnanamoya, Vijnanamoya, Anandamoya. Okay, so these are the stages of different levels of human consciousness. Then there's a broader sense of consciousness, which is the life of the Stavra, the living entity. The lowest stage of consciousness is the trees and the fish, the aquatics. Then we come up again to a higher stage. That's in a broader sense. But for human beings, these are the 5 levels of human consciousness. Okay? Well, anybody comment on that? Anybody know which one they're on?
Probably the first one for me.
Yes, we've got a baby.
Oh, yeah,
We've got a baby here.
always prasadam for me. Prasadam.
Prasadam, yes. Okay. So in spiritual life, yes, everything begins with the tongue. Spiritually, we're on the Annamoya stage. It's true. And then we get a taste for Krishna's name. This is all to do with the Annamoya. Yes, that's very true. Then we have this Vijnanamoya. But, we're inquiring. We want to find out. And then by the practice, gradual, we start experiencing the actual spiritual, our real life. We start, well, first of all, we start remembering. It's called Anusmaran. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya, one book Bhaktisiddhanta, he talks about anusmaranam or anusmaran, that we start recollecting our real life. We're living in this world, we can't continue, but inwardly we are getting little flashes of who we really are. That's a very exciting stage when you're starting to recollect. This all comes from Vaidhi Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti. You start recollecting. And then when you're recollecting little things, you get little eruptions of ecstasy. Who would like to have an eruption of ecstasy now and then? Please. Ramesh Bhai, eruption of ecstasy, Prabhu.
I don't know about that.
Yes, we're all looking for that Anand. Anand is the ecstasy. Anandche.
Okay.
Anand doesn't mean happy. Sukhi,
Happy,
Sukhi, Sukhi do. Sukhi is happy, Prabhu. Anand is an ecstatic happiness, you see. It's animated happiness. You feel extraordinary, wonderful. Like, if someone wins the lottery, sometime tonight, you get the message. Ramesh Bhai Chauhan on the news, 10 o'clock news. Mr. Ramesh Bhai Chauhan of Canton has won the lottery. Oh, I didn't know that. I won the lottery. He won £10. Okay, so, we feel very ecstatic, very happy. So this is Anand. This is the perfected stage of consciousness. Very nice, that is. Okay, so go ahead, Alex. Do you know where we are?
All these different ways of determining the ultimate goal of life are compared to rivers, and Krishna is compared to the ocean. As the rivers flow down towards the ocean, all attempts for knowledge flow towards Krishna. After many, many births of endeavor, when one actually comes to Krishna, he attains the perfectional stage. Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, Kaleso dikatara satesam avakta sakta siddhasham. All are pursuing the path of realizing me, but those who have adopted courses without any bhakti find their endeavor very troublesome. Krishna cannot be understood unless one comes to the point of bhakti.
Yes, klesho diktaratas avyaktas sakta chetasam. This is in the 12th chapter of the Gita. Krishna talks about that it's very diktaratas, it means very troublesome. But some people, you see, they like trouble. They like to argue. Does anybody like to argue here? Who likes a good argument? Yes, all right. See, Alex likes to argue. Ramesh Bhai, argument chair.
No, never.
Never argue.
Never argue. No,
Jigna,
never
Jigna, do you like to argue with your dad now and then?
Yes, I'm the argumentative one.
There we are. See, Jigna likes it. Smita, argument. Do you like a good argument?
No.
No. So everyone is different. You see, some people, they're expert in arguing. We've talked about it before. They're so good at arguing. They'll defeat you not because they're right or because they've got the better knowledge, because they're better at arguing. And for the sake of it, they'll just argue, and as you go along, they'll find another thing to argue about to deter you from the original point. So this is the arguers, very crooked people, the expert arguers. They've not you people now. I'm not saying you're crooked. I'm saying those who are really into arguing for the sake of it, rather than establishing the truth. Their point of argument is to avoid the truth. You see, that's their argument. They'll avoid the truth by their expertise in arguing. So,
Yep.
troublesome. They're into the trouble. They like the trouble. They enjoy the trouble. You see, masochistic people, they enjoy suffering. And they're also sadistic. You see, they enjoy the suffering. Oh, I'm really enjoying suffering. Oh, yes, it's great. Oh, yes. And arguing, suffering. And so people are very weird. And that's the way it goes. Okay, Smita, carry on. The 3 paths.
3 paths are enunciated in the Bhagavad Gita: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Those who are too much addicted to fruitive activities are advised to perform actions which will bring them to bhakti. Those who are addicted to the pursuit of empiric philosophy are also advised to act in such a way that they will realize bhakti. Karma Yoga is therefore different from ordinary karma, and Jnana Yoga is different from ordinary jnana. Ultimately, as stated by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktiya Mam Abhijannati, Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Only through execution of devotional service can one understand Krishna. The perfectional stage of devotional service was achieved by the gopis because they did not care to know anything but Krishna. It is confirmed in the Vedas, Kasmin Bhagavo Vijñāte Sarvam Idam Vijñātam Bhavati, which this means that simply by knowing Krishna, one automatically acquires all other knowledge.
Yeah, one can acquire all other knowledge. Krishna will manifest it in that. Prabhupada could talk to anyone about anything. Bhaktisiddhanta also was expert in all kinds of knowledge. Prabhupada would speak to people about all kinds of things, racing cars, and he'd speak about sport. He didn't know nothing, but Krishna would give him that knowledge in order to relate to people, to bring them around to the point of Krishna consciousness. Okay, so let's go to the next part now. Who hasn't read? Jigna's read, Ramesh Bhai's read, Alex is. All right, Jai, go ahead. Uddhava continued.
Uddhava continued reading Krishna's message. Transcendental knowledge of the Absolute is no longer necessary for you. You are accustomed to loving me from the very beginning of your lives. Knowledge of the Absolute Truth is specifically required for persons who want liberation from material existence. But one who has attained love for Krishna is already on the platform of liberation. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone engaged in unalloyed devotional service is to be considered situated on the transcendental platform of liberation. The gopis did not actually feel any pangs of material existence, but they felt the separation of Krishna. Krishna therefore said, "My dear gopis, to increase your super excellent love for me, I have purposely separated myself from you, so that you may be in constant meditation on me."
There we are. There's the line. He's purposely separated himself, you see, so that they're thinking of him even more. When someone's there all the time, they're going to be there. You don't think about them, but when they're not there, and when there's like with Chanaravinda, Chanaravinda's. What happened to Chanaravinda? Is he still here?
I'm still here, just.
Oh, just here, Prabhu. Okay. So when Chanaravinda wasn't here, we were asking how he's doing, and in fact, now today I got a message, Chanaravinda, Prabhu, from Kripa Moya.
Oh, yes.
He wrote to me today, and he said, "I heard someone told me that that where Chanaravinda's been in hospital, and can you tell me anything about his condition?" how he is. So there you go. Another person's asking about you, see?
That's
Now,
nice.
previous to this, no one was asking about you. You see? Now, because of the threat, oh, is Chandravinda okay? Is he going to leave his body? Suddenly, when there's separation, everyone's asking how you are. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness, when Krishna is not present, when you get Krishna and you lose him, he disappears. The mind goes crazy for Krishna. Who would like their mind to go crazy for Krishna? Yes, yes. We would like our mind, you see. And the Krishna knows the art of this. He knows that by separating himself, the gopis would constantly be thinking of Krishna. In dreaming stage, when they wake in the morning, from morning to night, they're thinking of Krishna. Similarly, Kamsa, he had the same experience. He was so full of fear of Krishna that he couldn't stop thinking of Krishna. But it was unfavorable devotional service to think of Krishna out of fear. Unfortunately, many of the religions of the world, are based on this fear of God. That if you don't do this, God will punish you. If you did this or whatever, God, you'll go to hell, you'll be punished. So out of fear, people go to church. Out of fear, people will go to the synagogue or to the mosque. Out of fear of, sometimes people go to the mandir out of fear. Though they'll go to do Navgraha Puja. The Navgraha Puja, see, oh, Shani Dev, no, Sadi Sati is coming. I better go and do puja for Shani Dev. And out of fear, this is not very nice way to do the puja. Krishna consciousness means we do it out of love. We're doing it out of love, voluntarily. We perform tapasya to Krishna out of love for the Lord. You see, we're sacrificing because we want to develop the love for God. We're trying to develop this love for Krishna. This is the idea. Okay, so Uddhava continued reading. Yes, purposely separated. Go on, Shama, my Arani. The last paragraph here. The gopis.
Sorry, you asked me to?
Yeah, Shamarani. Yeah, go ahead. The gopis are.
The gopis are in the perfection stage of meditation. Yogis are generally more fond of meditating than the executing devotional service to the Lord, but they do not know that the perfection of the yoga system is the attainment of devotion. This constant meditation on Krishna by the gopis is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita to be the topmost yoga. Krishna knew very well the psychology of women. While a woman beloved is away, she thinks of him more in meditation than when he is present before her. Krishna wanted to teach through the behavior of the gopis that one who is constantly in trance like the gopis surely attains his lotus feet.
Yeah, there we are. It's a fact. It's a fact that when someone is away, there's an old saying in English. Who knows that saying in English? Absence. Come on, you must know it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes, it's a common statement. Absence, it naturally makes even someone, if you're not even inclined to your spouse, if you're having problems together, which is often the case in Kali Yuga, and you're not, there's some bickering and this and that, but when they go away, you feel separation. You feel, you start remembering the good things. Oh, well, that's a nice thing they did there. And then and then after a few days, a week, a month, whatever the time is, you can't wait to see them. And it's like, oh, it's nice to see you. Then after 5 minutes, oh, can you go away again, please? No, I'm just joking. But after 10 minutes, actually. So the thing is, in Kali Yuga, you know, this is our position, is that we are attached to our spouses, but not as much as we should be. It's typical of Kali Yuga. That's why there's so much separation in marriage. But with Krishna, when we are separated from Krishna and we've got that taste of Krishna, the experience of Krishna increases. Within this separation, Krishna manifests in his bhava form, so that we're actually in contact with Krishna more intensely than when we're with Krishna. This is the power of Vipralamba Bhava. So go ahead for the very last one. Jigna, go ahead for the very last paragraph there.
The gopis in the perfectional stage of the gopis are in the perfectional stage of meditation. Yogis are generally more fond of meditating than
No. It said the one after that.
Lord Chaitanya.
Sorry. Lord Chaitanya taught people in general the method of Vipralamba Seva, which is the method of rendering service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the feeling of separation. The 6 Goswamis also taught worship of Krishna in the feeling of the gopis in separation. The praise composed by Srinivas Acharya about the Goswamis explain these matters very clearly. Srinivas Acharya said that the Goswamis were always absorbed in the ocean of transcendental feelings in the mood of the gopis. When they lived in Vrindavan, they were searching for Krishna, crying, "Where are you, Krishna? O gopis, where are you? Where are you, Srimati Radharani?" They never said, "We have now seen Radha and Krishna, and therefore our mission is fulfilled." Their mission remained always unfulfilled. They never met Radha and Krishna.
Oh, very nice. Hey Radhe Brajadevi Ke Chalalite. Hey Nanda Shunakuta. This is the beautiful Shad Goswami Ashtakam, the last verse, where their mood is that they're looking for Krishna. They don't find Krishna, but by looking for him, they experience Krishna more intensely than if Krishna was personally there. This is Vipralamba Bhav. And therefore, they were constantly experiencing the highest ecstasy or anand. This is the real ananda. Not that we say tamikemcho or anand hai, madhyama. No, this anand that we talk about in this world is nothing like the anand of the Goswamis or the gopis. Sometimes we say Paramanand. Ramesh Bhai, Paramanand, you know? Paramanand che?
Yeah. God.
Sometimes. Kabhi. Paramanand. But the real thing is that the Anand here is the real ecstatic love for Krishna, where you're, Krishna, you're so attached to Krishna that Krishna is manifesting everywhere. Is he here? Is he by Govardhan Hill? Is he at Radha Kund? Is he in Nandagram? Is Krishna here? Is Krishna there? This is the mood of the Goswamis in this beautiful bhajan, Shad Goswami Ashtakam. So when you get a chance, go on the Google and find Prabhupada singing this Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Very, very beautiful bhajan. And maybe one day we'll sing it together here. Or how does that sound? Yeah, Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Para Pramamritam do Nidhi Dhira Jana Priya Karo Saddharma Sanstapakao Nana Shastra Vichara Naika Nipano Saddharma Sanstapakao. These are some of the lines anyway. Beautiful bhajan by Srinivasacharya. So we'll finish at that point. And how is everyone for meeting at 7 o'clock? Is it a problem or is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
Alex?
It's okay. As long as I know, it's good. All good.
Yeah,
Thank
7
you.
o'clock, a little earlier, but it allows us to go over a bit as well, a bit longer, you see, which without going too late. I know it's for you, it's late, you see, it's getting late there. So
Yep.
Ramesh Bhai, Jigna, are you okay with this?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Smita Ben, how are you?
Yeah, I did struggle, but I'll try. I did struggle today to get there for 7.
You struggled there for 7. Okay,
Mhm.
if you're struggling too much, then we'll adjust the time, okay?
Yeah,
ad-
we'll see how it goes next week. I'll
Don't
try
worry.
my best.
Yeah, if it's
I can always
too
catch
difficult,
up.
we'll make an arrangement for you. Okay. So but for now, let's try 7 o'clock next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
everybody.
Krishna, everyone. Hare Bol.
And remember, asango hyayam purushaha.
Sango yayam purusha.
Yeah. Remember this line. Learn it. Memorize it. What it means. Look it up on Google. You can Google it. Try to understand the profound meaning of asango hyaya. It's very, very deep, this line. And try to understand your position in this world in reference to asango hyayam purushaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare-
Krishna. Hare Bol.
Say bye-bye, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, bye.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Take care.
Hare Krishna.
I'll write to Kripa Moya. I'll give him your phone. He may give you a call, Prabhu.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay. Haribol.
Hare Krishna.